A viewer wants to know how she should handle this guy who was texting her and they were talking back and forth. Everything was going great. And then all of a sudden, he stops texting. Why? All right, one of three things is happening here. Number one, he could have all of a sudden gotten back together with a previous girlfriend or someone he liked before you, all of a sudden became available. She broke up with somebody. If that happened, it makes sense because it was so sudden. I mean, things were going great. You were texting back and forth all the time, and then, like out of the blue, he's nowhere to be found. Okay, number two, it could be that he's shy. He's still interested in you, but he's becoming a little overwhelmed with the relationship. And you say, there is no relationship yet. Yes, that's true. There's no girlfriend-boyfriend relationship. You're just friends. You're texting. It's the beginning. But to him, things are moving fast because he's spending more and more time communicating with you. He has to think of what to say and how to sound, and more of his energy is going into this, and he's getting a little bit more nervous and it's escalating. So he's like, okay, let's put the brakes on this right now. Okay, too much too soon. Number three is he could think that you aren't interested in him, so he's starting to play a little hard to get and saying, okay, I need to back off here. I think I'm just coming on too strong. Okay, let's go back to number one. He has gotten back together with his ex. Yeah, nothing you can do here. You never want to be number two in a relationship. So yeah, let that one go. Let her have him. Good riddance. Glad you found out now. Okay. Number two, things are moving too fast. And he's just, yeah, too much. You need to take a step back and go back to the way things were when you first met, before you were texting constantly, and make sure things move slowly at his pace, not your pace. Don't try to rush things. Just return his text when he texts you, but don't ask a bunch of questions. So what are you doing? Why are you doing it? No, just say, yeah, I'm doing great. What's up? Whatever you would say. And that's it. Keep it really, really casual. Like, I'm in no hurry and we're going to move along at your pace. And then he'll relax and be like, okay, I can deal with this. Now, getting back to number three, and that he thinks that you're not interested and he's backing off. All right, then you need to let him know a little bit more that you are interested. Just a tiny bit more, because you don't want this to backfire. You don't want to seem too anxious or worse yet, desperate. So if you were taking time to return his texts before, or you were kind of not always available, be just a little bit more available. Maybe return texts a little faster. Approach him sometimes. Maybe he's always having to approach you, always having to text you, always having to do the work. No, show that you're interested. Come up to him. Maybe text him out of the blue. Maybe you weren't doing that. Text him out of the blue. Say, what's up? How are you doing? No reason that you can't do that. Make it an open-ended question saying, how are you? Just checking and seeing what you're up to. Don't say, what are you doing? Why aren't you? Can we do this? No. Just something really casual. Doesn't have to answer. Sort of a reciprocal question like, yeah, just seeing what's up. Really, really keep it really light so that he knows that you're interested. But again, you're not pushing things, because no matter what, you never ever want to seem like you're pushing or that you're anxious or that he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Yeah, he could be, but give that time, because you are too. He's lucky to have you. Remember that. Keep that attitude. Don't be like, oh, if I lose him, it's the end of the world. No. If you lose him, it was meant to be, and you just weeded somebody out. So, given all those three scenarios, I think you can figure out which it is and how to respond. And if none of that works and it's just, well, one of those things, revisit the situation later on. Don't just try to get a hold of him constantly. Just wait a few weeks. If you see him wave, smile, don't let him know that you're really upset that all of a sudden he stopped texting. Be really casual and nonchalant about it. Yeah, okay, well, kind of your loss. Don't say that, but that needs to be your attitude. And you know what? I bet he'll come around.